A good late afternoon. Thanks for joining us. I'm Sage. You're watching Kalkine TV live from Sydney, and this is the last show of the day, the last trade. And there's no better way to wind down the day or the week than with today's market close commentary. So snapping the 4-session losing streak, Australian shares closed higher in a broad-based rally on Friday. The rebound in commodity prices helped the equity market recover from shocks of a higher US inflation reading, with reignited fears of a rate hike. The market sentiment was also boosted amid speculation that China will take steps to inject liquidity in the property market after the Evergrande Group debacle. The benchmark ASX 200 index closed 61.10 points, or 0.83% higher, crossing above its 20-day moving average. And overall, the index ended the week virtually unchanged as inflation woes rattled investors' sentiments. The market witnessed a broad-based buying today, with 10 of 11 sectors ending in the green zone, barring healthcare. The materials sector emerged as the biggest gainer for the second day, owing to a rise in commodity prices such as iron ore, copper and gold. The gain in materials was driven by iron ore miners as the iron ore prices surged 4.1% a tonne overnight. The gold stocks also witnessed a surge in buying as investors sought inflation hedges. Tech and energy sectors also witnessed a surge in buying, with each index rising over 1%, and among others, consumer staples, telecom, utilities and consumer discretionary sectors also ending higher with modest gains. Meanwhile, healthcare was the only loser, which ended marginally lower. Let's take a look at the top gainers and losers of the day. The top gainer on the ASX was metal and mining group IGO, which ended 5.1% higher. Some of the other notable gainers were building products manufacturer James Hardie Industries, iron ore explorer Champion Iron, law firm Omni Bridgeway, and gold producer Gold Road Resources. On the losing side, healthcare business Fisher & Paykel topped the losers chart with a 3.1% loss. The other worst performers were tech firm Nearmap, healthcare companies Ansell and gold miner Chalice Mining. Let's shift our lens to the stocks that grabbed the investors' attention today. First on the list is disability service provider APM Human Services International, which made a debut on the domestic exchange. The Perth headquartered company became the second billion-dollar company to join the ASX, with a market capitalisation of 3.26 billion Australian dollars after the tech firm SiteMinder, which got listed with a valuation of 1.36 billion Australian dollars. The health and human services company received tepid support from investors, falling as much as 9.8% against an issue price of $3.55 Australian apiece. And the company intends to use IPO capital to pay off its debts and enhance the liquidity for the shareholders. Second is buy now, pay later firm Zip, which jumped 5% to $5.99 Australian during the session today. The stock price surged after the Australian-based fintech company completed the acquisition of the Central European BNPL provider, Twisto Payments. The acquisition will pave way for Zip to expand its presence in one of the world's largest e-commerce markets and access to all 27 member states of the European Union. And shares of media company HT&E rallied as much as 10.5% to hit an intraday high of $2.20 Australian a piece on Friday on plans to create a radio network. The company, via its subsidiary Australian Radio Network, has inked a deal to acquire the Grant Broadcaster's radio and digital operations for $307.5 million Australian dollars. And the deal will see the creation of a national radio broadcast network with 58 stations, 46 DAB+ stations across 33 markets. And shares of BHP Group surged 5.3% to touch a high of $55.12 Australian during the session, owing to a spurt in the commodity prices. In a separate development, the mining giant's chairman, Ken McKenzie, indicated that the company may close its Mount Arthur coal mine in New South Wales if it failed to find any new buyer. The company has proposed to establish a substantial pipeline of decarbonisation projects worth $2 to $4 billion to achieve its emissions reduction target of at least 30% by financial year 30. And shares of Link Administration rose 3.7% to $4.78 Australian after the superannuation services provider received a takeover bid for its banking and credit management business. A syndicate led by Pepper European Servicing has offered a conditional, non-binding indicative proposal to acquire Link Group's banking and credit management business for 86.5 million Australian dollars. And the Australian healthcare fund NIB Holdings shares dropped as much as 2.3% to $7.08 Australian today. The company, in an exchange filing, announced resumption of travel insurance sales. It informed its shareholders that the travel insurance sales to Australian and New Zealand residents will resume this month after securing a new underwriting partner. The company has entered partnership with Pacific International Insurance to support its underwriting arrangements. And now it's time for us to take a small break, but stay tuned with me as I'll be back with more trending market updates.
Hi there, James Preston for Kalkine TV. Are you into gaming and virtual reality? Does AI and the endless possibilities it entails capture your interest? Or are you constantly trawling through the web to try and discover the latest updates and innovations in the tech space? Well, let us do the work for you. From the latest product launches to shocking affairs on the World Wide Web, exclusive interviews and information about the top companies like Apple and Google to brand new tech startups vying for your attention. Kalkine's Tech Beat has the latest in what matters in the world of technology. Join me every single Thursday on The Tech Beat, exclusive to Kalkine TV.
Hello, welcome back. Sage here with the Market Close commentary by Kalkine TV. And moving on to the next segment, let us look east towards the Asian markets performance. And shares in Asia Pacific region advanced on Friday as investors seemed to have shrugged off inflation concerns and shifted the focus to the corporate earnings. Inflation scares spooked the market sentiment after data on Wednesday showed the US consumer prices rose at the fastest pace since 1990. The spike in the CPI index rekindles talks for faster Federal Reserve policy tightening. In South Korea's KOSPI was the biggest gainer in the regional market. The Korean Composite Stock Price Index rose as much as 1.4%, reversing some of the previous session losses. Japan's Nikkei rose over 1%, supported by the yen's weakness against a strong US dollar, which surged on hopes of monetary policy tightening by the Federal Reserve. And the Hang Seng Index in Hong Kong rose by 0.2%, while Taiwan's weighted index gained 0.3%. The Straits Times Index in Singapore traded flat, while India's BSE Sensex also fell 0.4% in the opening deal, tracking weaknesses in the Asian peers. And Thailand's SCT Composite also gained 0.1%. China's Shanghai Composite traded marginally lower. And in this segment of the show, let's take a quick look over the crypto market's performance, beginning with Bitcoin. It's trading marginally higher at around US $64,800. The price of the world's largest crypto had touched a fresh record high of $68,950 during the US trading hours on Wednesday following the release of inflation data. And Ether rose nearly 3% to trade above US $4,700. The coin linked to Ethereum's blockchain has gained around 5% this week, touching an all-time high on news of wider blockchain adoption. The meme currencies Dogecoin and Shiba Inu were also flashing in the green. And among others, digital coins that witnessed buying today include Binance Coin, Terra, Tether, XRP, Litecoin and Uniswap. Meanwhile, the price of Cardano, the third largest cryptocurrency by market cap, fell 1.5%, down to $2.07 US. And thanks for your company on that report. But that's a wrap, folks, and hope you found the market closing commentary informative. We'll be back on Monday live from Sydney at about 9:30 in the morning with our first report on the pre-market scenario to prepare you for the trading day. Till then, take care and stay safe. Sage signing off.